Nobody despised him more than James Coburn. James Harrison Coburn III was born in Laurel, Nebraska, on August 31, 1928. Great Depression childhood helped Coburn develop the hardness and quiet strength he would later bring to many of his notable roles. His family moved to Compton, California, where he developed an interest in performance and storytelling. After serving in the U.S. Army as a truck driver and disc jockey during the Korean War, Coburn studied acting at Los Angeles City College and under Stella Adler. In the 1950s and early 1960s, he appeared in several television shows and became known for his strong screen presence and unusual voice. Soon, Hollywood called. He became famous as Britt, the calm knife thrower in The Magnificent Seven, a 1960 Western. This character nailed Coburn's cool, serene, mysterious, and dangerous appeal. In the 1960s and 1970s, Coburn became a great cinema star. He appeared frequently in westerns, action films, and spy parodies. Most known for leading the 1966 humorous spy flicks Our Man Flint and its sequel. These roles, unlike Flint from 1967, displayed his physical skills, humorous timing, and fluid charm, indicating he could easily switch between serious drama and lightheartedness. Entertainment. In critically acclaimed films like The President's Analyst and Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, he played more complex roles. With Sam Peckinpah, Coburn displayed a greater emotional range beyond genre flicks. He worked with great directors and stars. The Great Escape, Charade, Pat Garrett, and Billy the Kid are among his notable roles. In 1973 and Cross of Iron in 1977, where he worked with famed filmmaker Sam Peckinpah to add intricacy to his performances. He was an action star and a cerebral actor who gave one-dimensional parts nuance. Coburn's career suffered in the 1980s due to a terrible and crippling kind of arthritis that prevented him from working. His body was twisted and in anguish for years. To his credit, Coburn never gave up. Using holistic medicine with MSM-methyl sulfonyl-methane, his health improved greatly. In 1999, he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his haunting portrayal of a bitter, trapped, abusive, alcoholic father in Paul Schrader's Affliction. The prize honored his talent, perseverance, and role performance. Coburn's film contributions went beyond his parts. He was a Hollywood Rat Pack actor, socializing and working with Steve McQueen, Bruce Lee, and Charles Bronson. Especially famous was his connection with Bruce Lee. Lee's philosophy and martial arts were both important to Coburn. They respected each other beyond celebrity. Later, Coburn was Lee's 1973 funeral pallbearer. Coburn was smart off-screen, worldliness, and a commanding voice. Passion for philosophy, jazz, and world travel gave him a sophisticated and curious air that distinguished him apart from his colleagues. Friends and colleagues said he was thoughtful, compassionate, and loyal despite his tough man appearance on TV. James Coburn had two major marriages that shaped his personal and professional life. Beverly Kelly was his first wife, married in 1959. Union produced a son and a daughter over 2 decades, who shaped Coburn's life as his Hollywood career took off. Coburn had a secluded personal life despite his cool, tough guy attitude and captivating cinematic presence. Some of his most famous film appearances occurred during his marriage to Beverly. The Magnificent Seven from 1960, The Great Escape from 1963, and Our Man Flint from 1966 imply that his home life may have grounded him during a difficult and high-profile career period. After 20 years together, Coburn and Kelly divorced in 1979. Though the grounds for their divorce were kept quiet, it ended a key chapter. A decade later, Coburn found love and married again. Alongside actress Paula Moret, they married in Versailles, France, on October 22, 1993, in a romantic wedding that reflected their love of art, culture, and elegance. Paula, a Brazilian-American actress and former TV host, supported Coburn's philanthropic and artistic initiatives and collaborated with her. The love, respect, and friendship of their relationship was well known. In contrast to his previous marriage, Coburn's second marriage occurred when he was focusing on chosen film roles and personal interests. James and Paula Coburn founded the Foundation, a nonprofit that funds education, arts, and medicine endeavors. The charity has financed scholarships for underprivileged youngsters, independent filmmakers, and healthcare studies, including rheumatoid arthritis, which Coburn suffered from. Their philanthropy continued after Coburn's death. A major challenge throughout Coburn's adulthood was rheumatoid arthritis. The severe ailment, diagnosed in the late 1970s, caused intense chronic pain and limited mobility, sidelining his acting career for about a decade. Coburn was active and resilient despite his severe sickness. No matter his circumstances, he pursued his goals. His lifelong passion in martial arts reflected this spirit. Given his arthritis, his passion may seem odd. Bruce Lee and Coburn became lifelong friends after Coburn took up martial arts. Their appreciation for combat went beyond combat technique. They also shared philosophical views on self-discipline, Eastern mysticism, and human growth. Coburn said Lee helped him comprehend physical movement, breathing, and inner strength, which helped him cope with his health issues. When Bruce Lee tragically died at 32 in July 1973, Coburn was one of the few pallbearers at his funeral on July 25, along with Steve McQueen and Dan Inosanto, because of their deep friendship. Coburn carried Lee's casket in a touching farewell. The loss was emotional for Coburn and a symbol of his lifelong relationships. Many transcended beyond professional bounds and were based on mutual respect and philosophy. Coburn praised Lee in interviews for decades, crediting him with shaping his philosophy on life and attentive physical movement, which helped him rehabilitate and return to acting in the late 1990s. Hollywood considered James Coburn one of the coolest, most laid-back performers of his generation. With his gravelly voice, toothy grin, and deceptively smooth attitude, Coburn rarely lost his anger and got along with most co-workers. Even easygoing people can be tested. Coburn called that limit Yul Brynner, even if they co-starred in a legendary Western. The 1960 Magnificent Seven had a tense off-screen relationship. Coburn later said he had never loathed another performer as much as Brynner. Tension was evident when they met on stage. Yul Brynner, a great star after his Oscar-winning portrayal in The King and I, has a royal air that many saw as arrogant. He wanted top billing, cast and crew compliance, and often clashed with director John Sturges over artistic decisions. Bald-headed and theatrical, Brynner insisted that the camera capture him in the best angles and lighting, even if it disrupted a scene. Brynner's actions became a point in The Magnificent Seven, when character chemistry was vital. James Coburn, in contrast, played team. Though not yet famous, Coburn took his job seriously and worked hard to give Britt, the knife-throwing cowboy, dimension. He admired the team, valued professionalism, and enjoyed working with other actors. However, working with Brynner tested his patience. Brynner's insatiable demand for power reportedly enraged Coburn. Brynner had no limits on his ego, whether he wanted to be in every shot or demanded rewrites to get additional lines. A specific occurrence sparked their feud. Brynner was enraged when he saw Steve McQueen, another actor with whom he had a deep feud, quietly stealing during a group session. Scenes by messing with his headgear and making tiny gestures notable. Brynner raged off set and threatened to quit unless the scene was res-hot with him as the main focus. Coburn, who was impatient with diva antics, rolled his eyes and remarked that Brynner was the biggest damn baby in the West. After then, it was over. Coburn saw Brynner as a threat to the film's success and everything he detested about show business. Over time, Coburn's contempt grew. He loathed Brynner's attitude and the tense, aggressive, vanity-ridden set atmosphere. Coburn loved working with realistic actors like Charles Bronson and Robert Vaughn, whom he admired. He saw Brynner as a shallow prima donna who cared more about his image than the picture. People close to Coburn knew he hated Brynner, even though he never publicly attacked him. In following discussions about the film, Coburn typically avoided referencing Brynner, either making short remarks or diverting the subject. Although they hated each other, The Magnificent Seven became a classic due to their on-screen chemistry. Their competition may have heightened performance strain, lending authenticity to the film's depiction of rugged individualists forced to cooperate. Beyond the screen, Coburn and Brynner were as antagonistic as any Western battle. Coburn suffered a bitter lesson in how popularity and ego might hinder artistic collaboration. After that, the two guys never worked together again. Coburn probably wouldn't have wanted to. He then made several successful pictures: Our Man, Flint, President's Analyst, Pat Garrett, Billy the Day Kid. Brynner's early confrontation shaped him forever. He occasionally mentioned The Magnificent Seven to friends and co-workers. No nostalgia, just a frown and a slap at that royal pain in the ass. Not in a career full of rough individuals and intimidating characters. Gangster, cowboy, or thug who offended Coburn. The one individual he truly enplues and detested was Yul Brynner. On November 18, 2002, James Coburn died of a heart attack. He died at 74, ending a tremendous Hollywood career spanning over 4 decades. He died at home in Beverly Hills. The veteran actor and his wife Paula had long enjoyed their tranquil getaway. Just before his death, Paula Coburn said the couple was listening to music, one of Coburn's loves outside of acting, in a quiet period. While listening to the calming music that had brought them comfort and joy, James slumped and died of a massive heart attack. Paula later disclosed in interviews that he died in her arms, making his dying moments as peaceful as possible under such awful circumstances. Despite emergency responders' quick response and efforts to save him, Coburn was taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, a top hospital. He died there despite medical efforts. Coburn's abrupt death surprised fans and colleagues because he had just made a comeback following years of terrible rheumatoid arthritis, which had hampered his acting career in the 1980s and early 1990s. Experimental holistic treatments, including shark cartilage supplements, nearly cured him. He returned to acting with fresh zeal after improving his health, winning an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 1999 for Affliction. Coburn's death, which marked a career peak late in life, devastated Hollywood, his family, friends, and admirers who adored his powerful film presence. Gravelly voice and cool charisma in The Magnificent Seven, Man Flint, Pat Garrett, and Billy the Kid. He was appreciated in American movies for his rough masculinity and casual charm. Unfortunately, his wife Paula Coburn died of cancer less than 2 years after his death. She died at 48 on July 30, 2004, leaving friends and family devastated by another sudden death. Throughout their marriage, actress and former television executive Paula was loyal to Coburn. She encouraged his acting career, supported him through his arthritis, and stood by him in his triumphs and tragedies. By all accounts, their relationship was loving and long-lasting, mutual respect and desire. James and Paula Coburn were a stunning and loving couple who routinely appeared at Hollywood gatherings, oozing love and admiration. Paula's death soon after James's offered a gloomy climax to their story, emphasizing their closeness and their unfortunate short history. They were dear to all who knew them in life and death. They are recognized for their love and contributions to movies and entertainment.